Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone present on that side. I Vinay again welcome each and everyone on my channel Live Physics VK. So here we are again present to continue our class 10 second unit, which was electricity. So we have done the one lecture based on the electricity where we discuss about the some of the basic concepts related to the electricity, and we try to figure out a one common question that arises various time, and that question was, do all the metals or conductors have a free electrons at a room temperature? And we figure out that question with the reasonable concepts, and the answer was yes. But in spite, we get to know after this that in spite they have a free electrons at a room temperature, the net current effect is zero in them because of that randomness. And we try to figure out the situation that how to solve that problem if we have free electrons but the current effect is zero because of the random motion. So how to solve that problem? We get the answer that by providing the external electric field, means by providing the external potential difference, we can compel the charges to be moved into a one particular direction, and that rate of flow of the charges in one particular direction was said to be current. So we discuss about the current, its SI units, its symbolic representation. So we discuss about various things, and you know that one thing, that current is the scalar quantity. We discuss on that also. And at last I want to add one more thing regarding the dimension. So from the class 11th, if we revise that the current is the one of the fundamental quantity, so the dimension formula for the current would be capital A, जो हम लोग जानते हैं. Now let's start to discuss more about those charges which we compelled yesterday to move in a one particular direction. Means in the previous lecture, so I am using a word yesterday, it means I am indicating, or I am indicating towards the lecture that we discussed previously. So in the previous lecture we came to know that when we have a conductor and at a room temperature, every conductor have a free electrons, and those electrons are moving in a random direction with some velocity, and that velocity is 10 power minus 5 meter per second, in that order. It is moving in that order. But in spite that velocity is very small, वो velocity बहुत छोटा है, but फिर भी हमारे पास करंट का वैल्यू बनता है, उसको हम लोग गेट आंसर करेंगे. But they are moving in a randomness, and because of that random motion the current effect is zero. I am again repeating. And to show that current effect into a well manner, what we do, we apply the external electric field. Because of that, they compel to move into a one particular direction. So let's suppose we have a conductor of length small l. So we have a conductor whose length is small l. Okay, we provided an external field, electric field E vector. So we have a conductor AB of length small l, and we are providing an external electric field E vector from A to B. So let's suppose I have taken the direction of electric field from A to B, and this will compel the electron to move from B to A. So this will compel the electron to move from B to A. But when that electron is going to start, means that electron will approach towards the A direction, because whenever the negative charge is in the external electric field, that negative charge experience a force F is equal to, you know that QE, we will write it, but the direction of that force will be opposite to the external electric field. So we know that negative charge always moves opposite to the electric field. So that negative charge, let's suppose, started from here. It started its journey from here, it tried to move, but at some point, at this point, it strike with the another electron. Means in this race, so imagine that there is a race of the electron which is going from B to A. बहुत सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन हैं जो B to A जा रहे हैं. Not only one single electron, because we have already discussed that the order means the number of electron per unit volume is in the order of 10 power 28. So there are various large number of the free electrons जो अब भागने का कोशिश करेंगे. And when such large number of crowds start to run, जब ऐसा number of crowd, बहुत ज़्यादा crowd भागना शुरू करता है, so definitely there would be a collision between them. Okay, so due to that collision, let's suppose our electron started from this point, it start running, it start getting experiencing a force, उसको force लगेगा because of that electric field. That force, according to we know that whenever the force is applied on any body which has certain mass, an electron has a mass. I am just only summarizing the things by statement. We will write it. But whenever the force applied on any body which contains the mass, so according to Newton's second law, that body is going to experience a acceleration. Force is equal to mass into acceleration according to Newton's second law. That the external force is being always responsible or directly proportional to rate of change of linear momentum, and that linear momentum change will compel for the mass into acceleration from the class 11. तो इसका मतलब that electron is going to experience the acceleration. And what is the acceleration? Acceleration means your velocity is going to increase. So initially my electron was with the very small velocity 10 power minus 5, और वो velocity कहाँ से आया? Because of that thermal energy. So because of that thermal energy, that electrons start running with very small velocity, but due to that external electric field, that external electric field is giving the particular direction flow, and that external electric field is also responsible for acceleration because it will apply the force F is equal to Q into E. So because of that we are going to increase our velocity. But जैसे ही मेरा electron point 1 से start हुआ, let's suppose it reaches to the point 2, and at point 2 it strike with the another electron, किसी दूसरे electron या दूसरे ions के साथ strike किया, and after that due to that we know that whenever there is a collision, so due to that collision it changes its direction और वापस से इसने अपनी velocity फिर से 0 से शुरू किया. So after the collision we assume that its velocity will become totally 0, and then again due to electric field, क्योंकि electric field में है तो भागना तो है, so again due to electric field it again start running and it again try to retain or again try to gain the velocity, and it reaches to the point number 3, and as soon as it reaches to the point number 3 it again collides with the some other electron, again becomes 0, and then it by this manner again changes the direction, and by this manner with the successive collision, इस तरीके से zigzag collision होते हुए that electron will try to reach towards the point A, and it finally reaches to the point A. So in practically or in reality, when the external electric field is being applied to any conductor, so all those free electrons, so here I have drawn the path of the one single electron, so there are various number of electrons, ये आप लोग imagine रखिए, and when they try to run, जब वो भागना शुरू करते हैं, they will collide with each other. When they will collide with each other, but force तो लग रहा है because of electric field, टकराएंगे, फिर उठेंगे, फिर भागेंगे. Means वो हार नहीं मानेंगे. जैसे होता है ना वो एक story, there was a story of that ant, एक छोटी सी चींटी का या मकड़ी का, किसी का भी example that ant tried to climb a wall, एक दीवार पे चढ़ने का कोशिश करता है, but बार-बार गिर जाती है, फिर कोशिश फिर करता है, and finally reaches to that. So it is something like that. And who is motivating that electron to go towards the A? That electric field. So this external electric field is that motivator. ये motivator है जो उसे compel कर रहा है, नहीं तुम्हें एक ही तरफ जाना है, because your behavior is negative, so you will go opposite to electric field, but ये उसे compel करता रहेगा, वो भागेगा, it again strike, again velocity 0 से start करेगा, फिर भागेगा. Okay, it does not mean कि every time जब भी collision पे strike करे तो हर बार velocity same हो. So let's suppose when it's collide firstly, its velocity become v1, then it collide becomes 0, then it again started from the 0 and it reaches to the velocity v2, and then again collide, फिर 0, फिर इस तरीके से v3, and by this manner it collide n number of times and its final velocity will vn. So it started from the B and ends to the A, but during that motion its velocity is continuously changing. Its का velocity बार-बार change हो रहा है. So it is similarly like that. Imagine that you are going to your school by your personal convenience, means by your bike, scooty, whatever be that. So आपको अपने घर से start किया. So you started from your home towards your school. So you started your bike and you came out on the road. But you know that on the road, when we are riding our bike on the road, we found various obstacles. So sometimes there is a breaker, sometimes there is another vehicle. क्या पता कोई दूसरा बाइक भी हो सकता है जिसके साथ हम कोलाइड नहीं करते हैं, but assume to be collide, फिर then we apply the brake. Sometimes हमारी velocity बहुत कम हो जाती है, कई बार हमें रुकना भी पड़ता है. We again start क्योंकि हमें स्कूल जाना है, and by this manner zigzag and we reaches to the school. So in the same manner ये भी अपने घर से स्कूल जा रहा है. If you take that example, first point. Second point. During that motion, let's suppose you reaches to the school and at the school आप बाइक लेके आए और मैं ही आपके सामने खड़ा हूँ definitely. So अगर मैं आपके सामने खड़ा हूँ और आप बाइक लेके आए तो मैं आपसे पूछूंगा, okay आज बाइक से आए हो, and I will ask you one simple question, that when you started from your home and now you reach to the school, what was the speed of your bike? मैं आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ कि आपने कितनी स्पीड से बाइक चलाया. What will be the answer that you are going to give me? Whether you are going to give me the answer like that, okay sir, I started from my home, so I started with the velocity 0, then I reached to the 10 किलोमीटर 10 का स्पीड पे पहुंचा, then मेरे रास्ते में एक बाइक आ गया तो उसके बाद मैंने ब्रेक लगा दी तो मेरी वेलोसिटी वापस से 5 हो गई, फिर मैंने एक्सेलरेट किया, फिर उसके बाद मेरा वेलोसिटी 5 से 20 पहुंचा, फिर ब्रेकर आ गया तो मैंने वेलोसिटी 10 कर लिया, फिर 10 से 30 गया, फिर 30 से 40 गया, फिर उसके बाद थोड़ी देर तक कांस्टेंट वेलोसिटी आया, फिर कम किया, and by this manner I did. So definitely we are not going to give the answer like that. What you are going to give me the answer? Sir, I started from the home and reached to the school. My velocity was on an average 40. आप ये बोलेंगे कि मेरा गाड़ी या मेरा बाइक का velocity averagely 40 था. Why we use the word average? Because our velocity is that much variable numbers हैं हमारी velocity में, क्योंकि उसमें बीच में पाथ में कॉलिजन और स्टॉपेज इतने ज्यादा आ गए कि हम लोग उसे इंडिविजुअली पिक नहीं कर रहे. व्हाट वी आर पिकिंग दैट एवरेज कॉन्सेप्ट. द सेम मैनर ये हर चीज पे लागू होता है. दैट ऑन द रोड आप जाते तो लिखा होता है बाइक स्पीड शुड बी 50 किलोमीटर पर आवर, कार स्पीड शुड बी 80 किलोमीटर. सो दैट शुड बी द एवरेज वेलोसिटी व्हिच हैज बीन रिटन देयर. So in the same manner, if the electron is reaching from the point B to the point A due to that external electric field, so we want to study, because यहाँ पे क्या पढ़ा जा रहा है? Here the charge should be studied but in motion. So definitely if it has to study in a motion, its velocity should be studied. But यहाँ पे तो velocity बार-बार vary कर रहा है, so we have to study its average velocity, and that average velocity is called as drift velocity. So our first topic today is drift velocity. V, and on the suffix there would be a small d. So what is the drift velocity? It is the average velocity of electron in the conductor in the presence of what? External electric field. So in the presence of external electric field, you try to reach, means your electron try to cover a distance from one end to the another end, and during that motion what was the average velocity of that electron? That is called as drift velocity. And this is our first topic today, that we are going to study the drift velocity of electron, and we will try to obtain an expression. We will try to obtain the expression for the velocity. Done? So I hope you got it. Similarly, before going to the expression, there is one more term that I want to clear, and that term is relaxation time, and its symbol is tau. So the relaxation time, its symbol is tau. Tau means the same symbol that we use to represent the torque. Okay, so this tau represents the torque. But in electricity, we are not going to study about the torque, because the torque concept means the concept or the moment of the force which is responsible for rotational motion. हम किसी चीज को रोटेट करने वाले, यहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Here the charge is going to move in a linear motion. तो यहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला है जैसा डायपोल रोटेट हुआ था in the electrostatics, but that was in the rest state. There was no linear motion. So point is that कि torque was the topic related to electrostatics, and here the same symbol is being going to represent relaxation time. So remember, the symbol is the tau जो हम torque के लिए लेते हैं, but here it would be in electricity. In electricity, that symbol represents the relaxation time. There are various symbols. यहाँ पे physics में बहुत सारे ऐसे symbols हैं which represents more than one quantity, but different branches. अलग-अलग branches में उनका symbolic representation अलग-अलग हो जाता है. Like capital V. So if we deal the capital V, अगर हम capital V को fluids के comparison में, bulk matter के comparison में पढ़े, the like in the solid में हमने पढ़ा 11th class, fluid, hydrostatic, hydrodynamic, thermal properties, that capital V represents the volume. But if the same symbol is being taken as a part of electricity or electrostats, इस कैपिटल V को अगर हम इलेक्ट्रिसिटी में उठा के देखें तो here कैपिटल V represents the volt, means voltage or the potential difference. So point is that branch to branch same symbol के different meaning हो सकते हैं, and that tau is represent the relaxation time. Okay, might be there would be a question arises कि sir why we can't use the symbol for T. So this T is representing time interval, जो हम लोग ऑलरेडी I is equal to Q by T में यूज कर सकते हैं. कैपिटल T, some places capital T is also represent the time, but that you know that capital T represents more specific about the time cover required to complete the one rotation, and we call that as a time period. So ये capital T एक अलग ही time के लिए symbolic representation है. This is for journal time, और ये कुछ अलग ही time है. Okay, relaxation time has a some meaning. It is a time, but it is a time for something else. Let's talk about that. Since our electron started from the exactly point B and its initial velocity, we always assume that it started from the zero. Okay, before applying the electric field, electron move कर रहा है, यानी उसके पास एक initial velocity है, but that initial velocity is 10 power negative 5 meter per second, which is very small. That's why we consider the initial velocity on an average zero. So initial velocity मान के चल रहे हैं वो zero से start हुआ. It started, उसने भागना शुरू किया, so it started running due to that electric field, और उस acceleration आना हुआ because of that force. And during that, यहाँ पे आके वो उसने अपना first collision किया, so it collide firstly here. So from here to here, it have taken the time, and we call that time as a relaxation time. Means the time between the two successive collisions. Successive means लगातार. From one after one उसने फिर से भागना शुरू किया. Now it collide with the two. यहाँ पे जाके collide हुआ, तो इस collision यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक उसने कितना time लगा? We call this as a second time interval. So what is the relaxation time? It is the average, because it has also been going to be studied in average manner. So what is the relaxation time? It is the average time interval, between two successive collision. Okay, so when our electron started from the first point and it reaches to the second point जहां पे वो किसी के साथ collide करता है, बट इन दो कॉलिजन में उसे कुछ टाइम लगा, फिर नेक्स्ट कॉलिजन में टाइम लगा, फिर नेक्स्ट, और बाय दिस मैनर वो पहुंच गया बी तक। बट उसे दो कॉलिजन के बीच में एवरेजली कितना टाइम लग रहा है? सो दैट एवरेज टाइम बिटवीन द टू सक्सेसिव कॉलिजन इज कॉल्ड एज रिलैक्सेशन टाइम, एंड द एवरेज वेलोसिटी जिससे वो मूव कर रहा था, एवरेज वेलोसिटी फ्रॉम बी टू ए, and this average velocity, sorry, this is drift velocity, my mistake please, it is drift, D-R-I-F-T. So that average velocity between the two terminals or the 2 points of the conductor is called as drift velocity, okay, and that velocity is constant throughout the motion. ये velocity constant assume किया जाएगा, same manner जैसे मैंने आपके स्कूल पहुंचते ही आपसे क्वेश्चन अराइज किया, what was the velocity of your bike, and you gave the answer, sir the average velocity of my bike was 40 km per hour. Now think by yourself, when you are saying that sir my average velocity is 40 km per hour, so which distance और कौन सी जगह के लिए आप स्पीड को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, whether you are representing for any particular space कि नहीं सर ये 40 किलोमीटर मेरे केवल इसी जगह की थी, no, you are representing that 40 km per hour for the your whole journey, means when your journey started from your home and your journey finally finished at your school, आप home से लेके school तक पूरी जर्नी की वेलोसिटी को 40 कॉल कर रहे हैं, और ये 40 आपकी कांस्टेंट एज्यूम करके बोला सर एवरेजली मेरा बाइक 40 पे चल के आया, हाँ रियलिटी में वो नहीं था, बट एवरेजली आपने उसे सोचा, मींस आपने वही जो एवरेज हमेशा निकालते हैं, द सम ऑफ ऑल द वेलोसिटी डिवाइडेड बाय द नंबर ऑफ वेलोसिटीज, इन द सेम मैनर हमने यहां किया, हमारा जर्नी बी से शुरू हुआ एंड ए पर हुआ, और इस पूरी जर्नी में हमारी वेलोसिटीज अलग-अलग थी, बट हम लोगों ने उसका एवरेज निकाला, एंड दैट एवरेज वेलोसिटी इज ड्रिफ्ट, और ये वेलोसिटी अब हर जगह कॉलिजन में सेम है, फर्स्ट कॉलिजन तक भी यही मानेंगे, vd, सेकंड मींस एवरेजली इतना स्पीड से चल रहा है। So I hope you got it, the two terms, drift velocity and relaxation time. Okay, so let's start with, so let's have the derivation, means the expression for that. Let us consider a conductor of length small l placed in a external electric field, E vector. So what is that electric field is going to do? This electric field is going to apply the force on electrons. So thus force experienced by electron in electric field. So we all know that F is equal to QE, means F vector is equal to Q into E vector. So the force experienced by electron, so who is the charge? Electron, which is negative, into E vector. Clear? Okay, here we use the negative sign. This negative sign implies that the force experienced by the electron would be opposite to the electric field, and we all know that कि negative charge particle always move opposite to the direction of electric field. यहाँ पे negative sign को imply कर रहा है, but since this force is going to move the electron, so since it is going to move the electron, so according to Newton's second law of motion, okay, we have to apply the Newton's second law of motion. Why? Because this force is allowing the motion of the electron. अगर motion है तो there would be second law of motion. So this F vector is equal to m into A vector. This is your Newton's second law. So by 1 and 2, mass into acceleration should be equal to negative E into E vector. And what is the acceleration here? Negative into E vector by m. So this is the acceleration in the electron because of that external electric field. Got it? So now by first equation of motion, Since we are in motion, so we can use all the concepts of motion. And what is the first equation of motion? V is equal to U plus AT. Where V stands for, you know, that final velocity with which it is moving. U stands for the initial, A stands for the acceleration, and T stands for the time. So now, between two successive collisions, let us study between दो लगातार collision को study करते हैं. Any two successive collision. Let's suppose I want to study from here to here. So in between two successive collision, the initial velocity was 0. Because I already told you, we assume that after every collision, the electron will start moving from the 0 itself. Okay, what is V stands for? The velocity which attains, and that velocity is your drift velocity. The drift velocity, the average velocity with which it is moving. ये वो velocity है जिससे आप move कर रहे हो. So this is our drift velocity, averagely, initially 0. What was the acceleration? It is negative E vector by m. And what is T stands for? The time between the two successive collisions. So that average time between the two successive collisions is called as relaxation time. So this is our drift velocity. So what is Vd vector? It is negative E, charge of electron, capital E vector, electric field, tau means relaxation time divided by the mass of electron. And here we have our first expression, or you can say first derivation of the electric field for the drift velocity. So we derived a relation for drift velocity. Done? And we have drift velocity negative. So what is that negative sign implies? Negative sign implies that Vd vector means the velocity vector is what? Opposite to E vector. Means the velocity of electron means the direction of the motion, the direction of the velocity of electron would be opposite to the electric field. और ये तो हम starting से बोलते आए हैं in the previous unit also, that whenever the negative charge is placed in the electric field, that negative charge always moves opposite to the electric. That is the point that we are writing here. So this negative sign implies, so magnitudely, so if we want to study magnitudely, so Vd would be E tau by n. So this is the magnitude expression for the drift velocity, and here we got a formula for drift velocity. So what is the formula for drift velocity? Vd, drift velocity, is equal to charge of electron into electric field into relaxation time divided by mass of electron. Got? And here we have one more relation. Since we all know that E is equal to dV by dr, we know the relation magnitudely. So let V is the potential difference. Let V is the potential difference. So V stands for potential difference across conductor. Let's suppose V is the potential difference across the conductor. Across the conductor means across the AB. dV by dr stands for the separation. And what is the separation across the conductor means what is the length of the conductor? It is the L. So we got a relation here. E is equal to V by L. And if we place here, we can get another formula for drift velocity. It is E V tau by m into L. So we have another formula for drift velocity. So we have two formula for the drift velocity. Number one, that the drift velocity is E tau by m. Number two, E V tau by m into L. Means drift velocity has two expression in terms of two different quantity. In terms of electric field or in terms of potential difference or the voltage. But in both the terms, drift velocity is directly proportional. It means more be the electric field, जितना ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड प्रोवाइड करवाएंगे इलेक्ट्रॉन की वेलोसिटी उतनी ही तेज होगी. हाँ, दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन इज गोइंग टू मूव अपोजिट टू द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, दैट नेगेटिव साइन इंप्लाइज हियर, बट वो उतनी ही ज्यादा वेलोसिटी से जाएगा मैग्नीट्यूड. On the other statement, I can also call more be the potential difference. जितना ज़्यादा voltage, जितना ज़्यादा potential difference provide कराएंगे, and who and can you name the device which can provide the potential difference? Definitely cell or a battery. तो जितना ज़्यादा voltage का बैटरी लगाएंगे, इलेक्ट्रॉन का मूव करने का velocity उतना ही हाई होगा. तो higher be the voltage of the battery, higher be the magnitude of the velocity of the electron. वो उतना ही स्पीड से भागेगा. Done? So this is our first important topic, and that topic is drift velocity. So write down both the definition and have the expression in both the terms, in vector form as well as in the magnitude form. Please have it. Okay everyone, so since we have discussed about the first important new term related to the electricity concept, and that term is drift velocity. So the drift velocity of an electron is given by E tau by m, or you can also call EV tau by m into n. So we derived this. Now we are going to do next expressions. So here there are 2-3 derivations which are going to be continuous manner. और आज हम लोग 2-3 डेरिवेशन लगातार करेंगे and we will do only the derivation. आज कोई न्यूमेरिकल पे लॉजिक या कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं होगा, केवल डेरिवेशंस होंगे, because these derivations are going to give you various storyline structure. ये डेरिवेशन आपको बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्टोरी लाइन आगे बताने वाले हैं. आपके बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस के आंसर्स मिलेंगे, बट वी हैव टू फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मेक द एक्सप्रेशन. So one of the expression we have already made, and that expression was for drift velocity. Now the next expression is relation between current I and the new term that we derived, or the new term that we studied recently, that term is drift velocity. So here we are going to study an important relation, or we will try to find out a relation between the current and drift velocity. So these are the two terms जो अब तक हम लोगों ने पढ़ा है. In the previous lecture we studied about the current, we defined the current, we have the expression for the current. In this lecture at the starting we define the new term. So in technically concept we can say till now in the electricity हम लोगों ने दो नई terms को पढ़ा. Okay, tau is the relaxation time जो इसके अंदर inbuilt है. तो इट मीन्स हमने दो एक्सप्रेशन को पढ़ा है. एक हमारा पुराना था I is equal to Q by T, एक हमारे लिए न्यू है जो अभी हम लोग उस पर स्टडी कर रहे हैं. सो लेट अस फाइंड आउट द रिलेशन बिटवीन देम. चलिए उन दोनों को रिलेट करने का कोशिश करते हैं. सो अगेन वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी ऑन द सेम कंडक्टर ऑन विच वी अप्लाइड द drift velocity. So we have again the same conductor AB of length L. Okay, so again I am writing, let us consider a conductor of length small l having number of electrons, please carefully, having number of electrons per unit volume, having number of electrons per unit volume, and it is also called as number density. What is also another name? Number density small n. So here what is the meaning of small n? Small n stands for number density, means number of electron per unit volume. And if you remember in the class 11th हम लोगों ने डेंसिटी के बारे में पढ़ा था. That means Density means any quantity with respect to volume. So similarly we have mass per unit volume. What we call that? We call that as a mass density. Okay, हम लोग उसका जनरल नाम डेंसिटी कॉल करते हैं, बट इन रियलिटी अगर हम लोग मल्टीपल डेंसिटीज में जाते हैं, अगर हमारे पास एक से ज्यादा चीजें पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम है, देन वी हैव टू स्पेसिफाई द नेम. सो वी कॉल दिस एज अ मास डेंसिटी. Similarly, in the previous lecture, also in the properties of the bulk matter, हम लोगों ने निकाला था energy density, energy per unit volume. So we have one more density here, which is number density. Okay, might be various time बच्चे confuse होते हैं. From the previous lecture, there was linear charge density, surface charge density, and volumetric charge density. तो उनके आगे name mention है. Linear means per unit length. Okay. Surface means per unit area, volumetric means per unit volume, but this is number density means number of electron per unit volume. So we have what? AB conductor of length L and small n be the number density means number of electron per unit volume. If we write down this expression mathematically, so thus total number of free electrons means, when I am saying the number of electrons means I am talking about those electrons which can move through the conductor. तो please इस बात को भी specify रखिए that we are talking about only those electrons which can move through the conductor. क्योंकि अगर move करेंगे, if they are going to move, definitely तभी तो electricity का काम होगा ना. If they are going to move ना, जब तक move ही नहीं करेंगे तो उनका बात क्या करेंगे? तो हम उन्हीं electrons का बात कर रहे हैं which are free, जो free हैं by providing the external energy. So the total number of free electron means capital N would be number of electron per unit volume divided by into volume. Total number of electron per unit volume is called as number density, so it would be number density into volume. And we know the general formula for the volume, it is area into length. So what is the total number of free electron we have? So the total number of free electron are number density into area into length. A stands for the area of conductor. If I talking about, if this is conductor, if you compare AB with this marker AB, so this is the length of conductor, and when I am talking about the area, so I am talking about this area. So जो भी side में है, जो नहीं दिख रहा because of that 2D. So if I try to explain by this manner, so what is the volume of this? Length into area. Okay, so if it is a cylinder, so its volume become length into area of the circle pi r. So we will say pi r square into L, or you can say pi r square h. That is a different case. So that's why we are writing in a journal. It would be area into length. So this is the total number of electron. So now let E be the charge of each electron. Let's suppose E be the charge of each electron, and precisely I am only talking about magnitude. Why? Because here we are going to study what? Current. So in indirect manner we have to find out a relation between drift velocity and current. So drift velocity is a vector quantity, और हम लोगों ने उसको vector form में अभी represent किया था. But the second quantity with which we have to find out the relation, वो second quantity जिसमें हमें relation चाहिए, that second quantity is current. और कल इस बात पे हम लोगों ने 5-10 minutes लगाए थे that current is a scalar quantity because it does not obey the vector concept. So if it is a scalar quantity, so definitely हमें यहाँ पे magnitudely work करना पड़ेगा. So I am talking, or we are just only taking the magnitude of the electron, not the sign. So let E be the charge of each electron. And how many total number of electron? Capital A. So thus total charge flow, जो charge flow करेगा, so the total amount of charge flow Q is equal to number of electron जो flow करेंगे capital N into E. Okay, it is looking like the quantization of the charge. वो आपको quantization दिख रहा है, but that is the different thing, where the Q is equal to small n e, but that small n stands for number of electron. But here the small n has a different meaning. That's why मैं आपको starting से ही समझा रहा हूँ. So the number of electron कितने move कर रहे हैं? Capital N. And what is the charge of single electron? E. So what is the total charge which is going to flow? N into E. And what is the value of n that we got? It is small n ALE. So this is the total charge which is going to flow. So this is our second. ये हमारा total charge flow करने वाला है. Now since drift velocity, it is the average velocity of the electron from B to A point. So B से लेके A जाने में इलेक्ट्रॉन की एवरेज वेलोसिटी, and we know that velocity is equal to displacement upon time. What is the displacement that the electron is going to take from B to A? तो हमारा इलेक्ट्रॉन कितना डिस्प्लेसमेंट करने वाला है? So electron is going to displace जितना आपका कंडक्टर का लेंथ होगा. If your conductor length is 10 centimeter, so your electron is going to cover the 10 centimeter displacement. And let's suppose during that displacement उसे कितना time लगा? T. So T is the time taken to cover the whole conductor, not the tau. Tau stands for the average time between the two successive collision. दो लगातार collision के बीच के average time को relaxation बुलाते हैं. तो ये थोड़ा सा बच के रहना है इससे. So displacement by the time interval. So what is the time from here? It would be length by velocity. So number 2, it gives you total charge flow. Number 3, it gives you time taken to flow the charge. So we all know that what is the current? Current is equal to rate of flow of charge in one particular direction, means charge flow per unit time. So how much charge has been flow? So charge flow is NALE divided by time. What is the time taken? It is L divided by VD, so that VD goes up and L cancel with the L. And what is the current? We have current is equal to V, E and A. And here we have one of the most important relation, I is equal to VD into E into N into A. That means the magnitude of the current. The current is equal to drift velocity into charge of electron into number density of electron into cross section area of the conductor. Okay, so I is equal to V, E and A. And in simply pronunciation we can say I is equal to V naught. And if you remember, before the lockdown we discussed something related to the modern physics in the classroom itself. And if you remember, when we talk about the modern physics, we talk about that by increasing the velocity of electron or by increasing the velocity of charged particle, current भी increase करता है, and we use that relation. But at that time, I told you that we haven't derived that, but this is the time when we can say जो चीज हम लोगों ने modern physics में use किया, उस relation का derivation we have now. And this is the relation. And what is the relation? Relation between the current and drift velocity. And what is that? I is equal to V naught. V naught. V E N A. V naught. Simply remember कर सकते हैं. VD stands for drift velocity. E stands for, what is E stands for? Charge of electron. Small e here. What is small n stands for? Number density of electron. And what is A stands for? Cross section area of the conductor. Done? So this is our second most important relation that we have to do. Okay, so please, by pausing the video, please add on this relation also. Done? Okay. So now I am rubbing it so that we can do the last important thing. Okay, not the last of the electricity, but the last thing that I want to discuss in this lecture itself. So we have derived this relation. We have derived the relation for current I is equal to VENA. So we have derived these two relations. Now we have to work on the most important thing, and that important thing is verification of what? Ohm's law. So Ohm's law, that you all know that. So let me clear the Ohm's law again. So from the 10th class and in the previous lecture, I asked you that please go through the Ohm's law, because in this video we are going to verify it. So what does Ohm's law state? Ohm's law states that the current flowing through any conductor is being directly proportional to the potential difference provided across the ends of the conductor, and if constant temperature and material is given, means for a given material at constant temperature. This is the condition for Ohm's law. So we will write the statement of Ohm's law later on once we verified it. So first of all we will verify, and what is the Ohm's law verification need? That V is directly proportional to I, means V is equal to Ri. You know that, but we will do in a systematic manner. So we will start from here. Since current I is equal to VENA, means for the verification of Ohm's law we will start exactly from the same point where we finish our last derivation. हमने अपना last derivation यहाँ finish किया था, and we will start from here itself. Before that, or before going to the Ohm's law, means जितना ज़्यादा, हिंदी में अगर मैं आपको बोलूँ, जितना ज़्यादा पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस होगा करंट सर्किट में उतना ही ज़्यादा होगा, यानी जितने ज़्यादा वोल्टेज की बैटरी लगाओगे करंट उतना ही ज़्यादा मिलेगा. Now let us summarize this theoretically first of all. So we have the first relation. First relation means हमारा स्टोरी कहाँ से शुरू हुआ कि हमारे पास एक कंडक्टर था. What is the conductor? A material which can easily lose the electron, means a material whose work function is low. Story यहाँ से शुरू हुआ था. So story started from such material whose work function is low. So when that material is present at a room temperature, so at the room temperature, whatever be the thermal energy present in our surrounding, that thermal energy is sufficient for breakdown of the electron from the outermost orbit, because हम उस मेटल या उस एटम के इलेक्ट्रॉन को ब्रेक करने का बात कर रहे हैं जिनका वर्क फंक्शन लो है. क्लियर? ओके, सो इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज हुए, but what was happening? Those electron are loose, they have the various number of electron. और अगर आपको याद हो कितने फ्री होते हैं रूम टेम्परेचर पे? 10 पावर 28 पर मीटर क्यूब number of electron per unit volume. So that 10 power 28 per meter cube is what? It is number density, number of electron, number of free electron per unit volume. तो स्टोरी को आगे बढ़ाते हैं. हमारे पास एक कंडक्टर था जिसका वर्क, एक ऐसा मटेरियल था जिसका वर्क फंक्शन लो था, जिसे हम लोग कंडक्टर बुलाते हैं. At the room temperature, the energy, the thermal energy was sufficient to break the electron from that, and the number of electron per unit volume free. But the problem was that those electron was not guided. वो electron guided नहीं थे. So वो randomly थे. That's why the net current effect was zero. So उन्हें guide करने के लिए what we have to do? We have to provide the external electric field, or you can say external potential difference. So in the presence of that external electric field क्या होगा? वो external electric field आपके इलेक्ट्रॉन के ऊपर एक फोर्स लगाएगा, F is equal to QE, and that force is responsible for acceleration by using the Newton's second law of motion. Please story को ध्यान से सुनना. Due to that, your electron are going to accelerate, means move. वो move करने शुरू हो जाएंगे from one point to another point, but the direction of that acceleration would be opposite to the electric field. क्योंकि if you go through this derivation, यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने acceleration निकाला था, and that acceleration was negative. And by applying the second equation of motion, हम लोगों ने उसकी एक average velocity निकाली during that throughout the motion, that is called as drift velocity. और यहाँ से पता चला more be the electric field, more be the drift velocity. And electric field has a formula E is equal to V by L. ये भी आप लोग जानते हैं. Electric field is equal to V by L. V stands for potential difference and L stands for the separation between the 2 point, and the separation between the 2 point यहाँ पे क्या थी? Length of the conductor. It means strong be the voltage, strong be the electric field, strong be the velocity. Now we derived the second relation. Second relation was current. Current is equal to V naught. It means current is being directly proportional to drift velocity when the other factors are constant. The charge of electron same हो, number density same हो, मतलब number of electron उतना ही रहना चाहिए, charge of electron भी same है, area भी same है. Now drift velocity के साथ directly. So देखो story. जितना ज़्यादा voltage उतनी ज़्यादा electric field, जितना ज़्यादा electric field उतना ज़्यादा velocity होगा, जितना ज़्यादा velocity होगा उतना ज़्यादा current होगा. तो इसका मतलब starting कहाँ से किया था? We started from the potential difference. So potential difference is directly proportional to electric field. Electric field is directly proportional to velocity. और जितना ज़्यादा velocity उतना ज़्यादा current. इसका मतलब voltage जितना ज़्यादा current उतना ज़्यादा. That is the Ohm's law. Got it? But this is the verification. ये हम लोगों ने इसको frame किया है. We verified it, and now we are going to do this in a mathematical. So we will start it from here. So I is equal to V naught, but we know that since Vd is equal to EV tau by ml. So we will use this. So this is equation 1, this is equation 2. So by 1 and 2, I is equal to, we will replace the drift velocity E V tau m into L into small e into n into a. Done? So now after replacing that value, after replacing the value of the drift velocity, let us solve this. And once we solve this, what we got? I is equal to, please multiply, it would be E square, it would be small n a divided by ml into V. Got it? E into E square n a into tau, sorry, it would be tau into V by ml. Or we will allow the V to be here, हम लोग V को यहीं पे रखेंगे, and we will allow all the term to be transferred on the other side. So V is equal to ml by na e square tau into I. Got it? So we will allow the V to be here and transfer the every term on that side. Now V is equal to something into I. Okay, first of all let's talk about that something. So इस equation को hold कर लेते हैं. So this is equation 3 and let's talk about that something जो मैंने bracket में रखा है. So what is that something? ml by na e square tau. M stands for, please try to help me to explain all the terms. What is M stands for? M stands for mass of electron, constant or variable? Constant. L stands for length of conductor. So let's suppose if the length of this conductor is 10 centimeter and if I connect a battery here, अगर मैं इधर बैटरी लगा देता हूँ तो बताइए इस कंडक्टर का लेंथ कितना रहेगा? इस कंडक्टर का लेंथ का बात कर रहा हूँ, दैट एक्स्ट्रा वायर का बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. So what would be the length of this conductor? 10 centimeter. So mass of electron never changes. Length of electron जो आपने एक बार लेना था वो आप लोगों ने ले लिया. N stands for, what is small n stands for? Number of electron per unit volume. Means unit volume में कितने number of free electron. अब electron free कितने होंगे? How many number of electrons are free to move in a unit volume? That depend upon nature of material. वो किस पे depend कर रहा है? Nature of material में. So small n depends upon nature of material. I'm going to give you the example. Let's suppose we have sodium atom. Imagine that हमारे पास एक sodium atom है. So sodium का one single atom कितने electron lose कर सकता है? One. So it can lose one electron because इसके outermost orbit में एक है, बाकी उसके बाद octane complete. Similarly, if I replace the sodium with another different material, let's suppose मैंने iron लिया. Imagine that now I am dealing with the iron. अब मैं sodium को नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैंने material change कर दिया and I am dealing for the iron. Now one single atom of iron can lose how many electron? Definitely it can lose 3 because इसके outermost orbit में 3. So now the point is that how many number of electrons are free? कितने नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन फ्री होंगे यूनिट वॉल्यूम में, वो हर मटेरियल के लिए कांस्टेंट नहीं है, बट इट डिपेंड अपॉन नेचर ऑफ मटेरियल। तो ये वाला वैल्यू कांस्टेंट कब हो सकता है? इफ मटेरियल इज गिवन। सो इफ वी राइट इफ material is given, what does that mean? If material is constant, so whichever be the material that you want to study, let's suppose we are dealing with copper, let's suppose this conductor जिससे हमने I वीना बनाया था, the conductor AB of length L जिसको हम लेके चल रहे हैं स्टार्टिंग से, let's suppose that conductor is copper, do not change the material, let it be a copper, और अगर वो copper है तो उसके नंबर ऑफ फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन हमेशा सेम रहेंगे। हाँ, इफ यू रिप्लेस कॉपर विद द आयरन तब फिर कॉन्सेप्ट अलग हो जाएगा, तो मटेरियल चेंज नहीं करते हैं। सो इफ मटेरियल इज गिवन तो ये भी कांस्टेंट। ए स्टैंड्स फॉर एरिया, तो ये भी इसका फिक्स हो गया। ई स्टैंड्स फॉर चार्ज ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन व्हिच इज 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 which is also constant। लास्ट टर्म, व्हाट इज लास्ट टर्म? रिलैक्सेशन टाइम। रिलैक्सेशन टाइम इज व्हाट? It is the average time between the two successive collisions. Let's suppose हमारे पास एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है, started from the point 1 and now it reached to the point 2. So 1 से भागा 2 तक गया. So during that collision, 1 से start हुआ, इन 2 collisions के बीच में उसे टाइम लगा 1 second. So what is that time interval depend कि दो कॉलिजन के बीच में कितना टाइम लगेगा। तो आप यहां से भागे, लेट्स सपोज, सो हमने कॉलिजन का एग्जांपल और इलेक्ट्रॉन का मूवमेंट का एग्जांपल हमारी बाइक से लिया था। तो लेट्स सपोज वी स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम आवर होम, हम लोग अपने घर से चले थ्रू द बाइक, स्कूटी, व्हाटएवर बी जो आप जानते हैं चलाना। सो वी आर राइडिंग आवर बाइक एंड थ्रू दैट व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड, सो हम फर्स्ट पॉइंट से चले, हमारी स्पीड बढ़ती गई। लेट्स सपोज आफ्टर 2 minutes आई हैव टू अप्लाई द ब्रेक ड्यू टू सम ऑब्स्टिकल। तो कोई ऑब्स्टिकल आ गया, किसी से कोलिजन हुआ, कुछ ब्रेकर आया, कुछ गड्ढे आए, व्हाटएवर बी द रीजन, बट यू अप्लाइड द ब्रेक एंड ड्यू टू दैट आपकी वेलोसिटी वापस से स्लो डाउन हो गई और आपने अपनी जर्नी फिर शुरू। सो आपने जब से शुरू किया और जब आपका पहला कोलिजन हुआ तो उसके एवरेज टाइम को हम रिलैक्सेशन बताते हैं। नाउ द पॉइंट इज दैट, सो ये रिलैक्सेशन टाइम कितना होगा, दो कोलिजन के बीच का टाइम कितना होगा, इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन 2 पैरामीटर्स। पैरामीटर नंबर 1 कि आपका बाइक चल रहा है और कितना जल्दी आपने उसे ब्रेक लगाया, ये बीच का टाइम ही रिलैक्सेशन टाइम, मतलब रिलैक्सेशन कितनी देर तक आप बाइक को आराम से चला रहे थे, रिलैक्स हो गए जब तक आपके कोलिजन नहीं हो। दैट डिपेंड अपॉन 2 पैरामीटर। पैरामीटर नंबर 1 कि आप बाइक कहां पर चला रहे हैं, मींस द बाइक वेयर यू आर राइडिंग, वहां पे आपका ट्रैफिक का क्राउड कितना है। अगर आप उसे एक नॉर्मल रोड पे चला रहे हैं जहां पे क्राउड इतना नहीं है, बहुत कम बाइक आती जाती है, तो वहां पे आपको ब्रेक्स कम से कम लगाने पड़ेंगे। बट इफ यू आर राइडिंग योर बाइक इन सच अ प्लेस जहां पे क्राउड बहुत ज्यादा है, ओके अभी तो लॉकडाउन है, बट बिफोर लॉकडाउन और आफ्टर लॉकडाउन अगर आप सिचुएशन देखें, लेट्स सपोज आप लोग रेवाड़ी सर्कुलर रोड पे बाइक चला रहे हैं, and if you are riding the bike in the circular road of the Rewari or any other market place, वहां पे क्राउड बहुत ज्यादा होगा, वहां पे नंबर डेंसिटी बहुत ज्यादा होगी। नंबर डेंसिटी, नंबर ऑफ फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन मीन नंबर ऑफ व्हीकल्स इन अ यूनिट वॉल्यूम बहुत ज्यादा होगा और वहां पे आपको ब्रेक बहुत जल्दी लगाने पड़ेंगे। सो इट मींस रिलैक्सेशन टाइम डिपेंड्स अपॉन द क्राउड कि नंबर ऑफ मटेरियल, नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन कितने हैं, और नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन किस पे डिपेंड करता है, नेचर पे। सो इनडायरेक्टली हम लोग ये भी बोल सकते हैं कि रिलैक्सेशन टाइम डिपेंड अपॉन नेचर ऑफ मटेरियल। इट मींस हर मटेरियल के नंबर ऑफ फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स अलग-अलग होते हैं और अगर हर मटेरियल का क्राउड अलग-अलग है, हर कंडक्टर का क्राउड अलग-अलग है, तो उसके इलेक्ट्रॉन को भागने में जो एवरेज रिलैक्सेशन टाइम है, दो कॉलिजन के बीच का टाइम है, वो हर मटेरियल के इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को अलग-अलग होगा। गॉट इट? द सेकंड पैरामीटर जिसके बारे में मैं बात करना चाहता हूं, एंड दैट सेकंड पैरामीटर इज टेम्परेचर। ये एक और फैक्टर आ गया, टेम्परेचर। चेक दिस आउट, टेम्परेचर। अगर हम उस कंडक्टर का टेम्परेचर बढ़ा देते हैं, what is the meaning of rising the temperature? The meaning of rising the temperature, it means we are providing more thermal energy to that conductor. एंड मोर थर्मल एनर्जी टू दैट कंडक्टर वर्ड मींस हम लोग उतनी ही काइनेटिक एनर्जी इलेक्ट्रॉन को दे रहे हैं। तो सीधा सा बात है, हमने बहुत ज्यादा हीट दिया, इसका मतलब हम लोगों ने बहुत ज्यादा काइनेटिक एनर्जी दे दी इलेक्ट्रॉन को। ओके, और इलेक्ट्रॉन को अगर काइनेटिक एनर्जी ज्यादा मिलेगा तो इलेक्ट्रॉन की वेलोसिटी ज्यादा होगी, और अगर इलेक्ट्रॉन का वेलोसिटी ज्यादा होगा तो इसका मतलब यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, अगर उसकी स्पीड ज्यादा होती है तो उसका रिलैक्सेशन टाइम कम होगा। अगर आप बहुत ज्यादा स्पीड से भागते हो, मान लीजिए फ्रॉम 1 to 2, 1 से 2 इस पॉइंट पे अगर आपका स्पीड 1 मीटर पर सेकंड है एंड यू टेक द टाइम 1 सेकंड, इफ आई प्रोवाइड यू मोर थर्मल एनर्जी, अगर मैं आपको ज्यादा थर्मल एनर्जी देता हूं तो आपका वेलोसिटी बढ़ जाएगा। नाउ योर वेलोसिटी बिकम्स 2 मीटर पर सेकंड। और अगर आपका वेलोसिटी बढ़ता है और आपको जाना तो 1 से 2 ही है, सो इफ योर वेलोसिटी इंक्रीजेस बट डिस्टेंस इज सेम, तो आपका टाइम ऑटोमेटिकली डिक्रीज होगा। इट मींस दिस रिलैक्सेशन टाइम आल्सो डिपेंड्स अपॉन टेंपरेचर। सो इन दिस सिंगल क्वांटिटी, ये जो सिंगल क्वांटिटी आया ml by NaE square tau, in this these are the two terms जो वेरिएबल हो सकती है। ओके, लेंथ और एरिया भी वेरिएबल है बट वो हमारे ऊपर डिपेंड करता है, तो वो हमने कितना लेंथ का कंडक्टर लेना है, व्हाट शुड बी द एरिया ऑफ दैट, व्हाट शुड बी द थिकनेस, वो हम लोगों ने डिसाइड कर लिया। बट दीज आर द टू मोर फैक्टर जो हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है। Number 1, number density, which depends upon the nature of material, and number 2, relaxation time, which depends upon nature of material as well as temperature. दोनों पे डिपेंड करता है। तो इसका मतलब if material is given and temperature is constant, अब अगर आप इस कंडीशन को सेटिस्फाई कर देते हैं तो if you satisfy this condition, अगर आप मटेरियल को सेम रखते हैं, do not change the material, if material is not changed and would not change, relaxation time would also not change. Secondly, remain the temperature as a constant factor, temperature को भी change मत कीजिए। if temperature will not change, relaxation time will also not change, and if these two terms are not going to change but these two terms are going to act as a constant only when this condition is satisfied, and when these two terms are the constant and other factor is constant, that's why this whole term is going to be a constant. And if this whole term is going to be a constant factor, so अगर ये term constant है तो how the V relate with the I? V is directly proportional to I, which is which law? Ohm's law. And here Ohm's law has been verified. So what is the statement of Ohm's law? That V is directly proportional to I. But at the end, if you remember in the 10th class also, हम लोग आपको बार-बार गाइड करते थे, there should be a condition. और लास्ट में लिखा जाता था that V is directly proportional to I for a given material at constant temperature. वहाँ पे बार-बार मेंशन किया गया temperature constant. But at that stage आपके पास कोई जवाब नहीं था उसका, आपके पास कोई भी आंसर नहीं था, आप लोगों ने कभी नहीं देखा और कभी इतना लॉजिकली गए नहीं। बट नाउ वी हैव दी स्पेसिफिक टर्म्स, वी हैव दी स्पेसिफिक रिलेटेड टर्म्स जो हमें ये स्पेसिफाई कर सकता है व्हाई द टेम्परेचर प्ले एन इंपॉर्टेंट रोल इन द Ohm's law. That's why V is being directly proportional to I, and when the V is directly proportional to I, so this is equation 3, so that's why V is equal to R into I. This is your Ohm's law, and if this is your Ohm's law or if this is our Ohm's law, so by 3 and 4, if we compare 3 and 4, V, I, so that constant term should be what? Resistance. So we got a new formula for resistance. What is that? ml by NaE square tau. Done? So by this manner we can have the new formula for resistance, and this formula हमें बहुत सारी नई नई चीजें और सिखाने वाला है. But before that, our third expression that we have to do, verification of Ohm's law. Please. Okay, done. So in this lecture I will like to stop myself here itself because 1 hour का lecture हो चुका है, बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाता है. But I would like to stop myself, but I want कि हम इन तीनों डेरिवेशंस को एक साथ देखें। I told you ना, यहाँ पे चीजें इंटर रिलेटेड आना शुरू हो गया है। दैट इनिशियली हम लोगों ने कल समझा करंट को, उसे ये कॉन्सेप्ट समझा कि एक ही डायरेक्शन में लाना जरूरी क्यों है। सो इन द यस्टरडे मींस इन द प्रीवियस लेक्चर हमें ये आंसर मिला दैट व्हाई दैट एक्सटर्नल इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज बीइंग वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट। क्यों एक्स्ट्रा इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लगानी है, क्यों पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस देना है, उससे क्या होगा। सो इन द प्रीवियस लेक्चर आई होप यू गेट द आंसर फॉर दैट। इन दिस लेक्चर हम लोगों ने सारा वर्क मैथमेटिकली किया है। वी डिराइव द एक्सप्रेशन फॉर ड्रिफ्ट वेलोसिटी E tau by F और E V tau by ml। इन टर्म्स ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड हम लोगों ने वेक्टर फॉर्म में भी लिखा था। देन वी डिराइव द रिलेशन बिटवीन करंट एंड ड्रिफ्ट वेलोसिटी I is equal to V naught। Then we verify the Ohm's law at the end, but you all know that Ohm's law is only be verified if the material is constant and temperature is constant. Why this condition is being required? That is the reason. Because the number density depend upon nature of material and relaxation time depends upon nature of material and temperature. And by this manner we can verify the Ohm's law. But once we verify the Ohm's law, जैसे ही हम लोगों ने Ohm's law verify किया तो हमें तो पता चला V is equal to R है, तो हमें पता चला this should be R and our story will be continue। तो मैं यहाँ लिख देता हूँ story is going to be continue। बात है ना सीरियल का नेक्स्ट एपिसोड में देखेंगे। तो ये सस्पेंस है कि इस आर से अब हमें और क्या सीखने को मिलेगा कि आगे क्या होने वाला है, कौन क्या प्लान बनाएगा, है ना। सीरियल्स में ऐसे ही होता है दैट हु इज गोइंग टू क्रिएट द ड्रामा, हु इज गोइंग टू क्रिएट द सीन। तो आगे क्या सीन क्रिएट होने वाला है दैट वुड बी let it be for the next lecture। So we will meet soon with the next lecture to continue from here। उसमें हम यहीं से शुरुआत करेंगे। We will start from this expression and the previous knowledge। Done? So please go through drift, current and the Ohm's law। Now before leaving there is one doubt जो mostly every year हर स्टूडेंट के दिमाग में आता है और मोस्टली अगर आप इसे केयरफुली जाएंगे तो आपके दिमाग में भी आएगा ये डाउट। ओके, चलो मैं उसे पहले ही क्लियर कर देता हूं। सो आई टोल्ड यू दैट रिलैक्सेशन टाइम डिपेंड्स अपॉन टेम्परेचर। तो एक बार सोच के देखिए कैसे। दैट इफ द टेम्परेचर इंक्रीजेस, इफ वी इंक्रीज द टेम्परेचर then the thermal energy increases। that thermal energy will be responsible for increasing the kinetic energy। kinetic energy increase होगा तो velocity इलेक्ट्रॉन का increase होगा। तो इसका मतलब टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज करने से इलेक्ट्रॉन की वेलोसिटी बढ़ेगी और अगर वेलोसिटी बढ़ेगी तो दो कॉलिजन के बीच का रिलैक्सेशन टाइम घटेगा। सो वेलोसिटी बढ़ने से रिलैक्सेशन टाइम डिक्रीज होता है। बट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम स्टूडेंट गो इन दिस एक्सप्रेशन, वो इस वाले एक्सप्रेशन में जाते हैं और दे विल सी दैट ड्रिफ्ट वेलोसिटी इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द रिलैक्सेशन टाइम इन बोथ द टर्म। इट मींस ड्रिफ्ट वेलोसिटी बढ़ाने से तो रिलैक्सेशन टाइम क्या होना चाहिए, बढ़ना चाहिए ना, डायरेक्टली है ना। बट यहाँ पे तो सर आप बोल रहे हो कि वेलोसिटी बढ़ाने से टाइम घटेगा, रिलैक्सेशन टाइम, ये तो कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन हो गया फिर तो। नाउ आई विल जस्ट ओनली क्लियर माय स्टेटमेंट। अगर आपने मेरे स्टेटमेंट को ध्यान से सुना है, व्हाई आई से कि वेलोसिटी बढ़ाने से टाइम घटेगा, बिकॉज मैंने आपको कहा था इफ your velocity is 1 meter per second from 1 to 2 and you are taking 1 second to cover it। okay, now by increasing that thermal energy your velocity become 2 meter per second। आपकी velocity 2 meter per second हो गई, but you have to cover the same distance, that's why the time decreases। so I am saying that by increasing the velocity, if distance is same, x distance जो भी symbol देते हैं, if distance is same then it is being inversely proportional to relaxation time। if you want to say that drift velocity is directly proportional by using this expression, तो मैं आपको proportionality के logics और proportionality को देखने के तरीके already बता चुका हूं that we can only compare the two quantities in the proportionality when the other factors are constant। यहां पे वो अदर फैक्टर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड और पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस है। ओके, चार्ज ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन कांस्टेंट, मास ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन कांस्टेंट, लेंथ ऑफ कंडक्टर कांस्टेंट, बट यहां पे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड और पोटेंशियल का बात हो रहा है, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड एंड पोटेंशियल। और यहां पे वेलोसिटी, हियर the velocity is being increasing not by providing or not by increasing the electric field. Electric field means electrical energy. So हम लोग यहाँ पे electrical energy को बढ़ा के velocity नहीं बढ़ा रहे हैं. We are increasing the velocity by increasing the thermal energy. So यहाँ पे velocity को बढ़ाने का जो source है वो अलग है. That's why electric field is not being constant. इसलिए हम लोग इस रिलेशन में नहीं जा सकते, बिकॉज अगर रिलैक्सेशन को करना है तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड कांस्टेंट होना चाहिए. तो आप लोग जो बैटरी दे रहे हो, जो पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस दे रहे हो, वो अलग कॉन्सेप्ट है. वो उसकी वजह से है. यहाँ पे फैक्टर अलग है कि हमें टेम्परेचर रखना है. तब टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट होगा तभी वोल्टेज बढ़ाने से करंट बढ़ेगा. क्योंकि अगर टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट है तो वोल्टेज बढ़ाने से ये वेलोसिटी बढ़ेगी. वेलोसिटी बढ़ेगा तो करंट बढ़ेगा. और वो रिलेशन यहाँ देखा जा रहा है. इसलिए उस थर्ड फैक्टर थर्मल एनर्जी को अलग रखिए. तो आपको थर्मल एनर्जी कांस्टेंट रखना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे. सो दैट्स व्हाई टेम्परेचर बढ़ने से वेलोसिटी बढ़ेगा तो रिलैक्सेशन टाइम घटेगा. इन दैट केस इट मींस हम उसके डिस्टेंस का देख रहे हैं हम लोग. वी आर नॉट लुकिंग फॉर द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. होप यू विल गेट इट दैट हियर द सोर्स ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक, हियर द सोर्स ऑफ वेलोसिटी अलग है. यहाँ पे वेलोसिटी का सोर्स अलग है. यहाँ पे वेलोसिटी का बढ़ने का कारण है थर्मल एनर्जी. द सेम थर्मल एनर्जी व्हिच इज रिस्पांसिबल फॉर द स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द यस्टरडेज लेक्चर. कल के लेक्चर का स्टार्टिंग किसने किया था? उसी थर्मल एनर्जी ने किया था जिसने इलेक्ट्रॉन को फ्री करवाया था. दैट्स व्हाई so we are talking about that thermal energy increasement, not the velocity because of that electric field. ये तो वो वेलोसिटी है ना जो अपने इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड के लगाने के बाद आया, जिसने आपको वन डायरेक्शन में मूव. हम उस वेलोसिटी का बात कर रहे हैं जो टेम्परेचर थर्मल की वजह से जो इनिशियली रन कर रहा था. सो प्लीज note it down this concept also. इसे भी दिमाग में रखना because it would be very much helpful in the next lecture. So here we have 3 derivation. So in this video we would have only derivation, drift velocity, current and verification. Done? So please complete it. We will continue our story from here itself. Thank you very much.